Then, so the truth is, farming is really a lucrative business. It's also a gray area where we have so many shortage of will I say shortage of labor or shortage of manpower, if I may call it, because I understand that a lot of people are not interested in farming, but the elderly ones in the UK. Is that true?
With the elderly ones, I'll say it's more of a hobby.
Okay.
You've come to retirement age where you're no longer working. You need to keep yourself busy, up and going. Keep active. A lot of them would tend to go into farming, and especially if you have the resources for it, why not?
Okay.
Self-sufficient.
Yeah. So apart from the elderly now, for the youth, especially this in the UK, because a lot of people are not really looking at the farming. I attended a conference, a food conference, where part of the issues or part of the thing that we discussed is that there's no the possibility of succession is not there because many farmers are dying out and their children are not taking over. Okay, and they don't even have everybody to take over from them as well. So do you think is there a prospect for farming in the UK?
There is a big prospect. Like I say, if you have the facility for it, there's a big prospect. Like this place is a family run business.
Okay.
That's passed down from generation to generation, and everyone is fully involved, including the kids.
Okay.
So everyone take part. Everyone has their little chores they do to make sure the sustainability of everything is still up there.
Yeah.
So I think it's dependent on the people. But for what I know so far, this has been passed on from generation to generation.
Okay. Then what about in terms of employees? Is there future prospect for someone looking into a career in like what we have in the IT sector? We have different career opportunity for people. We also have in the care sector, we have different career path for the people. Do we have the same in agriculture?
It wouldn't be the same now, depending on the scale of the business. But a lot of time, if you are a farmer, you're a farmer. There is no, you could progress depending on the number of employees you have.
Yeah,
you could progress to being, run the site, be a manager or something. But in terms of, it's very stagnant.
Yeah.
Because if you're looking after animals, that's your job. There's no one else looking after those animals apart from you.
Yeah.
So it's quite stagnant.
So what about the value chain? We have vets who are animal doctors that jobs are created for them whenever there's a farm. Okay, jobs are created for the vet doctors. We have those who are into sales, for instance. We sell retailers, wholesalers, for instance. Is that not an opportunity for them to also partake in the agricultural value chain?
You can partake 100%. Like for us, a lot of our staff are trained to do what a vet would do without taking them to the veterinary place. But where the veterinary do come into play is like mating season, for an example, to see if they are pregnant, how many calves they are carrying. And that's where these people will come into play. But in terms of deworming and all those little things you could do, it's all done on site by ourselves.
So is there no, like you said, okay, fine, you are working as an employee, you look after Amma, people, you grow, you started, okay, let me ask you, when you start working here, where did you start from? As in, what was your first role in this place? Now you are like the HSC officer in charge of the entire farm. Was this your role when you started?
So what we do in the farm basically, it's not just only a farming environment. We also provide a place for guys with learning disability and autism.
Okay.
So they come here for job experience. They come here for like a respite, if you want to call it that.
Okay.
So there's all sorts that goes on. So my role as a health and safety advisor is to make sure everyone that comes on site is safe.
Okay.
Nothing to do with the animals.
Okay.
But I also take part in the animals because my students, my guys take part in the animals, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So this is where I come into play.
So will you advise anybody, for instance, coming into the UK to look into this agricultural area if there will be jobs for them?
I will 100% say yes, because it's a skill you haven't got before that you're packing up in your.
Did they require experience to work in the agricultural sector?
Not all of them require experience.
Okay.
Again, if you haven't got the experience, you need to have some sort of training or job employment to gain that experience. You can't just learn them without having one.
Yeah.
But as I say, it's pretty much just looking. You can even start off volunteering, for example.
Okay.
Do an hour here, an hour there. Next thing you know, you've acquired those knowledge you need to have.
All right. So, and the last one I want to ask is, what would you take someone to go into agriculture, to have a farm like this in the UK? Is it possible to own a land, start up? Is there an opportunity for startup, new entrant into the agricultural sector?
It would be a very, I mean, it's possible. It would be a very difficult one, but if you're asking in terms of someone coming from abroad coming to the UK to own stuff like this, you need to be well minted to start off with.
Yeah,
there's a lot of registrations and regulations that you need to know about. There's a lot of hurdles that you need to cross, but also the good side is you're providing for the society. There's an end point for all of this. You're providing for the society, you're also employing people. There's a lot. So it's achievable. I'm not saying it's not achievable, but depending on the scale, how big do you want to go, how small do you want to go? Nothing is impossible.
Okay. That sounds good, but because we are looking at this area as we want to see as a great area that want to create awareness for people coming into the UK, or people who are already in the UK who are stranded, who don't know what they are doing, who don't know who have a job. They are looking for job, but you see a lot of people are not really looking at the farm. You hardly see someone applying to go work in the farm. Okay, we are looking at the possibility. What are those gray areas? What are those opportunities available in the farming? For instance, like you said, selling, marketing. We have farm product that need to be sold. Their feed, for instance. We have the eggs, for instance, that they are taking here. Somebody need to prepare them, somebody need to keep them, stock them, and so process them. Somebody to process them and bring them here for these guys. Okay, so I'm looking at those the pest control, all those things. There are so many things that I feel that a lot of people can take advantage of in this area. Coming to the UK, or you are in the UK already, you are a youth, you are looking for a job and all that. Okay, so what's your final advice for people, or for those who are likely or who might be interested, or who were not interested before but are now trying to create enthusiasm about farming? Where's your advice?
No one just sits at home and acquire knowledge without looking to acquire knowledge. You need to go out there and try to do good with yourself. A lot of people down in this farm started off as volunteers.
Okay.
Obviously they didn't have the knowledge about farming or looking after animals or how to deworm and fight infections. But as a volunteer, they've acquired that knowledge. Now they see, I could do better from just being a volunteer to being a permanent, staff. But again, if you're not seeking knowledge, you will find knowledge.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for your time. I think it's a good one today. Once again, this is from Anabsified. All right. I want you to listen. I want you to comment, like, and share our content. We are going to be bringing more series again like this. We're going to explore other areas as well. Today we have come to the farm to look at what agriculture is like, and those opportunities are available for people who want to venture into agriculture. One, as an investor, and two, as a career path for people, or those who want to come in and take pitch or niche on one of those value chains that are available in the agricultural sector. Thank you for your time, and see you next time. Once again, it's Anabsified.